Welcome to week 8 workouts for My Biggest Loser. I would highly recommend doing the dynamic warm-up that we sent out before, just to get the blood flowing, get everything nice and loose. By this time, it's week 8. We need to start pushing it. It's getting close to the end. I would highly recommend doing whatever the dynamic warm-up calls for, doing it twice. Again, just adding more time, getting it a little better stretching, so that way when you do this workout, you're ready to go. Okay, thank you. First exercise in week 8 are called line jumps. We're going to need a stopwatch for this, so we're going to do it for a minute. And what we're going to do is you're going to find a line, crack in the carpet, crack in the floor, and you're going to jump forward and back as fast as you can for a minute. So you're going to keep your knees nice and square. What I don't want to see is your knees caving in. Try to keep them nice and square, and just stay on the balls of your feet. Now Anne's going to show us an alternate version in case, like, some people have knees that aren't great for jumping, so she's just going to step forward and back as fast as you can for a minute. She's going to keep up nice and tall, keep her stomach nice and tight. Just keep going for a minute straight. Stay on the balls of your toes. That's perfect. This second exercise is lunges with tricep kickbacks. We're going to use a light weight. We're going to have one in each hand. And we're going to do 3 sets of 15. What we're going to do is you're going to take a step, do a lunge, keep those elbows up nice and high, kick it straight back, push off through your heel, and come back. Go do a lunge, kick it straight back, pause for just a half second, push off and come back. Now, if you have sensitive knees or you can't go down for the full lunge, that's fine. Just go down as far as you can comfortably, but the key is to get that big stretch, keep those elbows up nice and high, keep the core tight, kick it straight back. Anne's going to show us a little alternate version where she's just going to step. She's not going to really break that back leg. Kick it straight back. We're going to do 15 on each side. She just happens to be alternating. That's fine. If you want to do all 15 on one side, then switch or do alternate. That's fine by me. But keep those elbows up nice and high. That's perfect. All right, the next exercise is we're going to write ABCs. Now, we're going to use exercise our medicine balls. You don't have to use a ball. You can use a dumbbell. You can use a heavy object of any kind. But we're going to write the alphabet A through Z the whole way. Now, we're going to do it 3 times. So what we're going to do is I'm going to start out with the heavier ball. You're going to squat down. You're going to write A. You squat down as big as you can. A. Try to get your whole body into it. B. C. The whole way. Try to get a nice little squat in there. Go down, only squat down as far as you can comfortably. If you're having shoulder problems, I really don't care if you go up above your head. Just try to make that letter as big as you can comfortably. Now Anne's going to do a little bit different version where she's just going to use her arms. She's going to keep her knees slightly bent. Her core is up nice and tall, keeping it nice and tight. Her arms are locked out nice and straight. So that way she can get a full letter in. That's perfect. And we're going to go through A through Z. Take a little break and do it again. All right, the next exercise is going to be hammer curls with shoulder press. I'm going to do the more advanced version. Anne's going to show us an alternate. We're going to do 3 sets of 12. If you need to take about a 30-second break in between your sets, please feel free. But we're going to try to keep moving. We're going to try to keep the blood pumping. We're going to try to work pretty hard today. So first thing you're going to do is you're going to squat down. I don't want your knees to cave in. You want to keep them nice and square, no deeper than 90 degrees. You're going to come up, do a hammer curl, push it straight up in the air, and come back down, just the opposite way you went up. Reach up as high as you can, bring it back down, do a little squat, come back up. Anne's going to show us a little bit different version. She's just going to use her arms. She's getting a little bit of knee bend, keeping her core as tight as she can. That's perfect. She's keeping her thumbs straight up and going straight up and reaching as high as she can. That's perfect. All right, the next exercise is called lateral hops. We're going to do this 3 sets of 12. We really want to make sure you're nice and stable. So if you're not comfortable jumping, we're going to do Anne's version. But for a more advanced version, what you're going to do is you're going to stand on one leg, and get a good knee bend, and you're going to bounce over to the other side. You're going to bounce yourself, and you're going to bounce over to the other side. You're going to bounce yourself. But what I don't want to see is your knee caving in. So make sure we're not caving in. Make sure we're keeping a nice square leg when we're landing. Keep all that weight in that quad. You're going to bounce a little bit, push off. Just going to bound back and forth. Anne's going to show us a different version. And she's going to step, take a nice big step, and she's going to balance all of her weight on her plant leg. Perfect. Keeping her core nice and tight. Make sure if you need to have a chair or like a table in front of you, so that way if you lose your balance you can hold on, that's perfectly fine too. The next exercise is going to be high knees. We're going to do a marching. We've got to pick up the pace. We're going to get the heart rate elevated. We're going to need that stopwatch again. We're going to time it for a minute. We're going to go as fast as we can for a minute. If you get to 35 seconds and you're starting to slow down, that's fine. Just go as fast as you can comfortably, as long as there's no pain and you want to keep that heart rate elevated. So I'm going to do a little faster version, and Anne's going to do a little alternate version for people who have impact concerns. All right, so you're going to keep your hands up, and you go up as fast as you can. You're gonna try to go for a full minute, keeping that stomach tight, keeping those knees nice and high. And Anne's gonna do a little bit different version where she's just picking her feet up. That's great. As long as you keep that pace up, you're gonna get the heart rate elevated. You're gonna try to last for a full minute. Go as fast as you can. Like I said, if you start slowing down towards the end, that's A-okay. All right, this next exercise is the last one for the series. We're going to do planks with mule kicks. I'm going to do the more advanced version, and Anne's going to show us a little alteration. What we're going to do is you get in plank position, keeping your stomach tight, keep your back nice and flat, keep that belly button sucked into your spine. And you're going to alternate your leg lifts. Okay? You keep that stomach nice and tight, keep your hands nice and square, keep that back as flat as you can. Now Anne is going to do an alternate version. Now this little platform can simulate a table, depending on how far down you want to go. But she's going to keep everything nice and straight. That's perfect straight line, keeping that stomach as tight as she can. We're going to alternate her leg kicks. And we're going to do 3 sets of 15. So 15 on each side. So that's 1, 1, 2, 2. So we're going to do 3 sets of 15. After this exercise is over, once you get all 3 sets, take a little break in between if you need to, and download the stretching video that we did at the very beginning to do a little cool down, so that way we're not aggravating anything. We can stretch out and try to lean out those muscles a little bit.